the goddess appeared when I least expected it. She shines light on all. Yeah, isn't that it? Yeah, it really is, man. We got to get ourselves out of expectation, because what's coming is more than you ever expected. You know, more than you thought you deserved, more than you thought was out there. If you're just, hang on, you know, be still, and then it comes. It appears from behind the curtain. You know, Rilke says in a poem about relationships, he says that no day should be like any other. As you step out from behind the curtain in holiday clothing before an immense sky. Yeah. And so the wisdom, the message for this week from the Oracle, from the I Ching, the Book of Changes. And I look at it as the Book of Answers. Speaking of books, I have the new EARTH I Ching getting ready to roll out. So watch for it. There's some messages coming about supporting the publication. If you can, it'll be great. But please, pay attention to the words of the Oracle as we all move forward. We drew number 41 today, Sun, diminishing and offering. Above is limit quietness, and the mountain, and below is open, easy, and responsive. Yeah. The wisdom says, make an offering at the altar of all you hold dear. Your offering is being fully present. Yeah, see, it's no big deal. You know, just show up at the altar. And by being there, you are honoring yourself, your life, your community, your friends, your relationships, and Gaia, our sweet, lovely planet. There's an opportunity rising. It's the opportunity of retrieving a beautiful aspect of self that has been left in the shadows, hidden from view as you were striving to get ahead. You know, you were moving to your abundance and advancement. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you see. But you've been in the action and in the attitude of giving, and that's good. You've been given love, advice, you know, benefiting your family, your relationships, and your tribe. But now the benefit is to prepare yourself to receive, and that's it, right? Open your heart so you can really let it in. And that's what this time is about, for you to be open and let yourself be loved. To clear the way that has gotten musty and cluttered with ego, personality, and greed for more. You've not been wrong in these human actions, you see, but now the great cleanse is called for. The cleanse where you have the opportunity to clear the way so you may proceed on the road before you. On that road, that journey to take us on the road less traveled. It is on that road where the removing of old ways that no longer serve you, the old useful patterns you thought were useful, but they are not anymore. Those things have held you in bondage, you see. They've held you in a prison of shame and doubt. This clearing, this cleansing is to leave room for the returning and for refreshment of all that is good in this coming cycle of retrieval and creation. The benefit is to have a plan, spelling out what needs to be shifted, retrieved, and what you need to let go, be it people, relationships, or an attachment to self-importance, or your illusion of being in control. Let go of that one. In letting go of what no longer serves you, you will leave room for new creation, new ideas, other souls coming to accompany you as you find you're open to be found, open to create, and open to be loved for who you are without the artifice of pose, control, or various aspects of riches. In preparation, you see, the elders tell us and demonstrate how to receive in humility, how to receive with grace and dignity. There's great benefit in creating an altar. Altar in your home, your yard, or just a shelf in the window. It'll be a place to go, and it might just be a metaphor, but in actuality, it's a place that you go to greet and embody universal wisdom that will come to you as you are found in stillness. You see, this is a psychedelic journey, calling the magical hormones of the human body to open doors that have been closed. It is in the space where you will know you are awake and in the work of being on the road less traveled, the medicine path. It is at the altar of grace, consciousness, and love where no ego is calling the shots. Going through your personal boundaries, you set them in place as you come to the realization, as you enhance and redirect deeply held resources of energy and power. This is the fuel for this transformational change that is before you. To receive abundance, love, and peace of mind, all that is destined for you is going to be the benefit. You see, you'll not only clear and clean the vessel, but also with careful scrutiny, you'll discover and seal even the tiniest fractures in your way of thinking. You see, the way you think is the most powerful. Have caution that you don't become blinded by your successes, that you don't become blinded by having someone really love you. Don't let it blind you. You will, in reflection, see that in many ways you've done well. That's not in question. To receive in fullness, Spirit asks that you recognize and move beyond the voice of that chattering ego that is constantly in search for a way to ever so subtly take you off track, away from movement toward the divine. As you've been moving toward your goal, you've been moving in a multiplicity of directions to achieve what you have desired. Along with this, you've been keeping steady on your necessary daily tasks of caring for yourself and caring for those around you. Despite all this activity, there's been a feeling of a lack of satisfaction. You know what I mean. Even though you've achieved some of the goals brilliantly that you've wanted, but rising from deep within, there's been a gnawing desire to reach for something new, something grand. In many ways, it seems like a time of angst and convoluted ideas are swirling, and you must be at the worst time in all of your journey, you see. But you're not, as you've been expending so much of your vital force to get to where you are. It's time that you're maintaining your equilibrium while you're doing all of this. Do your practice. Do your prayers. Do your stillness. It's here that this hexagram, the advice from the ancients, is to take a clear look at your situation, then negotiate your position, paying attention to your limitations as you proceed with authenticity and integrity as your guiding light. Make sure you stay within the boundaries of your energetic, your spiritual, your emotional, and physical reservoir. Don't let the ego push you beyond important limits, for it'll exhaust you if you do, and it's going to get you off your conscious path. And then you become vulnerable to that voice of doubt and shame, which is untrue. Whenever we hear our stuff about doubt and it's not real. We have to look to correct that thinking. Now, the time is to approach the situations before you in their most basic form. It's time for a simple plan. If it were to be complex, it would rob you of the resources you have left and leave you somewhat paralyzed on the path, you see. If this were to happen, if you got stuck like that, you'd find yourself vulnerable to old forms and patterns that you've been working so hard to shift. Right now, your path to success and enlightenment must be free and open, unhindered by negative thoughts and stale belief patterns. Change any words of negativity about yourself. Anything that you're thinking that is not loving, positive, progressive words of love and encouragement. Let them go, you see, because the words that you think are so much more powerful than the words that you say. When you see the sun diminish at the end of the day, we don't mourn the sunset and feel this is the end of life as we know it. We know there's going to be a new day coming, and this can be one of our finest moments when we're in awe of the beauty of nature's cycle, that sunset, that rising of the sun, and we recognize when the sun sets, the end of a day is the end of a cycle, nothing more. And this very well describes where you are right now. As we as a people, we're at the end of a cycle, and that really is clear, heading towards a new earth. This is the time to make an offering, prostrating yourself figuratively or literally at the altar of virtue. This is what some call fade, a time in your life where the inner voice of wisdom expresses itself in a celebratory and joyous form as you set the ego aside and let go of fears and doubts to follow spirit. Your guides, the angels, or whatever term we use to identify the voices of higher wisdom that nurture and advise us, pay attention to them as you're in this time of decrease. It's from here that good, solid boundaries can be created. These limitations are going to help you regulate your self-expression, which will become increasingly prescient because most of the negative voices within get exhausted by the chatter that constantly goes on. And then once you go into silence, you will find sweet relief. Yeah, man. So in this time of lessening personal power, look to your virtue and act and think as simply as possible. Work only at the basic elements of your tasks. Eat, drink, and think simply. Make an offering of your ego to the ones on high. This ego sacrifice may be in the form of material objects or letting go of a false attitude of confidence when you're faking it, It's about that stuff that gets you into trouble. So you let it go. And as your energetic sun is setting, let go. Allow it to follow its way around the great orb of your existence, knowing that at nighttime you will not only be renewed in sleep and prepared for the eventual rising of the morning, and coming new is your strength and your energy and your wholesomeness. This will empower you to bring loving kindness and compassion to your personal relationships, to your family, to your tribe, to your community, and to your associations in business or commerce. This allows you to easily accomplish more than you had planned. Making and respecting firm outer boundaries in a time of limitation allows you to cultivate and nurture what is most essential for your progress towards the abundance and acceptance of who you truly are. In this diminishing energetic cycle, you'll be able to access what lies ahead, and by honoring limitations, you can cultivate the resolve that is needed to patiently see this cycle come to completion and making way for a new cycle to begin. Some natural cycles can be hard to accept. When you find yourself in a time of limitation, you may worry or get stressed. But know that this cycle is only temporary. It's part of the natural order. You see, decrease gives you an opportunity to clearly look at your life path, so you may address and correct negative thoughts and old, worn-out, destructive patterns of behavior. Rather than being something that you got to get through, the current cycle should be considered a time of revelation and revolution that will lead to a personal renewal, leaving you clear and strong in the work that you're doing for yours and for the greater good. Having this teaching coming at this time, it emerges, and having it emerge, you're assured that this is the onset of a full cycle of beneficial good fortune. This arriving fruitful harvest is deserved. Your ego is going to tell you the other way. And it is being realized because of your hard work on your recognizing and expressing and releasing the suffering that has been caused from events and beliefs of the past, old stuff. Look to these wisdom teaching as a preparation to receive. Know your direction and make it firm. Know where you're going. And this knowing is going to be the roadmap for your journey. The events to come, they will be rich. They will be filled with meaning and will open doorways to abundance, love, where old wounds can be healed and cords of bondage of the past can be cut, can be dissolved. Don't fear to see that pain and angst that's been flowing through you all these years. Look at it through these many lifetimes. Honor the experience as you do process to let it in. And then you see the blessings that come from your past lives, from your past experience as you've traveled these roads with the divine. There's been much pain and suffering on our planet. We know that. Trust now as a people that we're coming to the best of times, sometimes hard. A recreation of a new earth tribe where our beliefs and vision for Gaia are in balance with all nations and all people. That's coming. See it. Don't doubt it, because it's up to all of us to vision and to keep the balance before us in right vision and in belief in ourselves. This way, great benefits will be delivered as we act in harmony with the rhythm of the earth. That being protecting the waters, protecting the air, protecting the land, by trusting the process laid out for us by the teachings that we've embodied on the path. Our teachers may still be in the body, or they may have moved beyond, and look to your teachings in your tribe, to the elders. Look to the elements of nature and to our earth. It is within this magnificence of Gaia that the greatest teachings are help, waiting for us in stillness. Listen to the indigenous elders. Listen to the artists. Listen to the poets. Listen to the words from times past. The needed support will be in the bird's song, in the wind, in the trees, the rumbling of the earth, the rolling of the sea. These two are our teachers. Stop and listen, because it's there. In the love and light of a new day, just trust. Because, my sisters and brothers, everything is going to be all right. A goddess appeared when I least expected it. She shines light on all. Yeah. You know who you are. Yes, you do. Well, again, please look at some of the mailings that we're doing to support this publication of the new EARTH I Ching. Really will appreciate your help and the love that you show. The I Ching that we get every week is going to come no matter what. Been on it for over 10 years. Not going to stop now. So open your hearts, dance the dance of love, and love the ones you are with. And don't doubt. If you say, I wonder, is this love? Well, just give it up, man. Yes, it's love. It's okay. It's okay. So, namaste, my brothers, and namaste, my sisters. Walk with dignity. Honor the other. And I say in Lakesh Alakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. Yes, I do. Namaste, y'all. Namaste. Walk with dignity. I love you. I send you all kinds of love from here at the 20th parallel. I'm going to say it again. Love the one you're with. And in that, let yourself be loved. In Lakesh, y'all.